Hello, Andrea. So you asked me about my idea for this rock star school for the TV show, and all right. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it here. I haven't really thought real heavy into it. I wanted to do a nice brainstorming session with people as it came to be. Basically, and the nuts and bolts of it were to every week have like a different band, a famous band, come in and work with the kids, and teach them the ins and outs of being a rock star. Teach them stage presence. Teach them little tricks that these kids don't know on their instruments. Teach them how to interact with fans, teach them how, all of this kind of stuff. Let's see, that's a tough thing to come up with here. Um, but every week I want it to be a different band that they're working with. Like one week it could be Motley Crue or Ozzy Osbourne, Zakk Wylde, um, Nickelback. It could be anything. The style of music that I'm hoping to go for is something like Nickel, along the lines of a Nickelback. Something that's gonna be real popular, and it's gonna also stand the test of time. Um, I my choice of music personally is quite a bit harder than that, but I understand that if it's gonna be on TV and it's gonna be successful, it has to be something that's more family friendly, and that's why I'm kind of going towards that side instead of the stuff that I really love. And but let's see. Oh man. That's a tough question. What all else can we put in this? I think that well, I think there's got to be vocal lessons. There's got to be guitar lessons. There's got to be drum lessons. There's got to be bass lessons. There's got to be keyboard lessons, piano, all of this kind of stuff. I want these kids to be taught to be broad musicians. I want them to be taught how to write songs for themselves. That's a big one. I also want to have people to come in and teach them the message. Like what Kyle and Glenn and Tony Robbins and all these other people that are out there, speaking this amazing ways to success and living and flow and all of that. I think that's important for these kids to learn at a young age. And I also want to bring in people like Corey Feldman, Lindsay Lohan, if she's actually backing away from the life that she has been living for a while. The people who have really had a hard time. Like Macaulay Culkin. Being a star as a kid. Um, but that they've gone through it and then they've pulled themselves out of it. So they can be that positive influence, who lived that negative life, and they also know the key of what they fell into. So they're able to explain it to these kids. I think that's very important. Yeah, I think that's very important. Um, because I don't want to set these kids up to become burnouts or failures or um, the I don't want them to be the punchline to every joke in Hollywood. I don't want that to happen. I want these kids to be the role models for an entire generation, or more than one generation even. I want these kids to show up and be, the next Beatles. Basically, that's what I want. I want them to be the next Beatles, except for I don't want them to fall into the problems that the Beatles had. I want them to gain that kind of a popularity, because I know that if they gain that popularity, pushing this message out, um, then that is when the vibe of the universe can actually kind of flip from the negativity to the positive side. Um, yeah, my whole reason behind this entire thing is because so many of the parents today are so negative, and I'm worried that because these parents are so negative, that's all going to just go right into these malleable brains of these kids, and they're gonna grow up thinking, oh, well, the economy's bad. There's no way I can get a job. Or, oh, I guess I'm only ever gonna work for minimum wage. I can't live my dreams. I can't do any of that stuff. That really bothers me, and I've already seen it a lot. I see a lot of the 14, 15-year-old kids that are just like, oh, I don't even know why I'm going to school, and then they just start doing drugs, and it's really a sad situation that we're living in today. Um, I know that I fell into it, but I was able to get out of it. Um, I've seen a lot of kids die already, and it scares me that that's what this world is headed to, and that's why I want this TV show to happen. I want the positivity to come back around. I remember a time when police officers were respected. They weren't the people to fear, and a lot of that today, it's safer to fear a police officer now than it is to go and talk to one. And because a lot of the times you call the cops because some kid's having a problem, and they just go kill the kid, and that's not cool at all. And I know that the only way to change this is by teaching an entire generation of kids that, hey, don't worry about all of that. That'll play itself out. You guys are the ones that are going to take over this world. You guys are the ones that are going to make it a place that's worth living again. And the only way you can do that is by staying positive, knowing that you can do everything that you want, knowing that your dreams will come true if you work hard at them. And that's what I want to teach at this school. That is what I want to teach at this school. And it's not, it's for the audience more than it is for the actual kids that are going to be in the band. The kids that are going to be in the band are going to get the most out of it because they're going to get the most of it. But it's more to show the kids of the world that there's a better way than what your parents are teaching you. There's a better way than what the government is teaching you. There's a better way, and I'm sick to my stomach that this idea even came to me because of the reason why it came to me. I think that Dick Gregory's speech to us was a big factor of why this idea hit me. You know, I've been a concert promoter and a band manager for most of the last 13, 14 years, and you know, I got to a point where I just hated it. I absolutely hated it. But you know, my entire life I've just been, you know, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. I want to make this band famous. I want to go and compete with Live Nation. You know, that was my goals in life. And then as time went on, it just, I got so sick of it. I got sick of the people. I got sick of all the negativity, you know, everything. I got sick of the venue owners. I got sick of it all. And I just said, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. You know, and then when I was sitting in that room at the Sheraton and Dick Gregory was talking, he was talking about how the government is just fucking everything up. And it's so true. You know, I had been for the last couple of years, I had just been blasting the government on Facebook. I'm sure the NSA has a huge book on me, just of me blasting the government and the president and all, you know, everybody that's in the government, you know, because all they do is do things to piss me off and to make everything all negative about the entire world, and it's not okay. And so when I had actually decided, you know what, I'm gonna back off because, you know, I know that they're waiting for me to say something, and when I do say that, they're gonna come and they're gonna lock me up. And then when I heard Dick Gregory talk, and he said, if you believe in what you're doing, nobody can touch you, nobody can hurt you. You know, that really rang with me. But still, I understand that I need to do this smarter. And the way to do this is by teaching the kids the right way. Sure, chances are I will never see what these kids can achieve. But I know that when I plant the seed to millions of kids, it will achieve. And that's what it's all about. Well, thanks for listening. I would love to do more brainstorming. Well, you know, bounce ideas off of people, like in person, you know, stuff like that. It can be kind of difficult to just bounce ideas off of yourself, and that's what I've been doing pretty much the entire time I've been coming up with this. So it's still kind of a skeleton, you know, bare bones thing, but I know that the idea itself, just in the bare bones, the idea itself is the kind of show that will gain more viewers than, say, American Idol ever thought about doing, or, you know, and that's what's important, because these kids need to know. And if this show can be on prime time, like at 7 o'clock on a Monday night, you know, something like that, Monday or Tuesday, on like ABC or NBC or, you know, Fox, you know, CBS, one of those 4 major networks, then it's gonna go, and everybody, all the kids that I need, that I want to see it, are gonna see it, and that's how it's gonna work. So yeah, that's it. I guess I will talk to you later, and if you want to hit me up and on Facebook, and we can bounce stuff back and forth and everything. If you have ideas that you want to punch in with it, I'm definitely open. Alright, well, thanks a lot. Talk to you later, Andrew. Bye.